Welcome to chemistry classes. In this video, we are going to understand organic chemistry. IGCSE chemistry lesson, organic chemistry. Okay, so first we have to understand organic chemistry. Organic chemistry means it is branch of chemistry which deals organic compound. Organic chemistry means it is a particular branch of chemistry which deals organic compound. Organic compound mean carbon containing compounds are called organic compound. Okay, example here CH4, CH4, CH3OH. This type of compounds which contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. This type of carbon containing compounds are called organic compound. Branch of chemistry which deals organic compound, that is organic chemistry. Okay. Here we have to understand another term, hydrocarbon. We have to understand another term, hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means compounds which contain carbon and hydrogen only. Such type of compounds are called hydrocarbon. Okay, the compounds which contain hydrogen and carbon only. Such type of compounds are called hydrocarbon. Example for hydrocarbon, see here. CH4, CH4, it is a compound, this is methane, okay, and here carbon and hydrogen only. See another example, CH3 single bond CH3, here carbon and hydrogen only. This type of compounds are called hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means compound which contain hydrogen and carbon only. Clear? Next one, here this hydrocarbon, there are two different type of hydrocarbon. Okay, we have to understand here two classification of hydrocarbon, alkane and alkene. We learned covalent bond. You can check the previous videos. Covalent bond formed by sharing of electron. One pair of electron sharing. Okay, one pair of electron sharing, sometime two pair of electron sharing. We know one pair of electron sharing, it is single bond. Okay, sometime two pair of electron sharing, it is called double bond and single bond. Here two carbon atom, they share one pair of electron. Okay, it is single bond. Here two carbon atom, they share two pair of electron, it is double bond. So here classification of hydrocarbon, alkane and alkene. Alkane means the compound which contain carbon single bond only. The compound which contain carbon single bond, two carbon share one pair of electron. Okay, such type of compounds are called alkane. Alkene means the compound which contain carbon double bond. The compound which contain carbon double bond, such type of compounds are called alkene. Okay, so here we learned hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means the compound which contain carbon and hydrogen only. Two classification of hydrocarbon, alkane and alkene. Okay, and here alkene means the compound which contain carbon single bond. Alkene means the compound which contain carbon double bond. Clear? Next one, here one more thing we have to understand, the general formula for alkene. General formula for alkene, CnH2n plus 2. This is the general formula for alkene. Okay, and the general formula for alkene, CnH2n. General formula for alkane, CnH2n plus 2 and alkene, CnH2n. See here, alkane general formula CnH2n plus 2. It's mean, imagine one compound, one alkane. This alkane which contain 3 carbon. One alkane, it contain how many carbon? 3 carbon. So how many hydrogen will be here? According to this equation, we can say here how many hydrogen. Here n is equal to, what is n? N is equal to 3. Okay, so number of hydrogen will be 2n plus 1. 2n plus 2. 2 times n is equal to 3 plus 2. So it will be 8. 2 times 3, 6 plus 2, 8. So number of hydrogen will be 8. So accordingly you can find formula of alkane. Okay, see here another example. You have to find the formula for alkane. Find the formula of alkane which contain four carbon atom. So here 4 carbon. So number of hydrogen will be 2 times 4 plus 2. So it will be 10. So C4H10. Okay. Similarly for alkene, what is the general formula for alkene? Alkene general formula CnH2n. Alkene general formula CnH2n. So look here. Here one alkene which contain 2 carbon. One alkene, it contain how many carbon? 2 carbon. So how many hydrogen will be there? Alkene CnH2n. So C2 2 times N. So C2H4. C2H4. Look here another example. One alkene which contain 3 carbon. 3 carbon. So how many hydrogen will be there? 2 times 3, 2N. 2 times 3. So C6H6. C3H6. One alkene which contain 10 hydrogen. So here how many hydrogen? 2 times 10. 20. So accordingly you can find the formula for alkane and alkene. So here we learned hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means compound which contain hydrogen and carbon only. Okay. After that we understand here general formula for alkane CnH2n plus 2, and we can find the formula accordingly C3H8. Okay. Here 2 times 3 plus 2. Okay, and here alkene CnH2n. Here one alkene which contain 2 carbon, so number of hydrogen 2 times 2. One alkene which contain 10 hydrogen, so number of 10 carbon, so number of hydrogen will be 2 times 10, 20. Okay, next one we have to understand here fossil fuels. Here petroleum or crude oil, coal, natural gas, these are fossil fuels. Okay, here petroleum or crude oil, coal, natural gas, these are fossil fuels. These fossil fuels are formed from dead remains of animals or plants that lived millions of years ago. Okay, so here which are fossil fuels? Natural gas, coal, similarly here petroleum. These are the fossil fuels. They are formed from dead remains of animals or plants that lived millions of years ago. Okay, at very high pressure and temperature underground, these dead remains of animals and plants will change to fossil fuels. Okay, here we discuss these are the fossil fuels. Here natural gas, the major chemical content of natural gas is methane. Methane means CH4. Okay, so the major chemical content of natural gas is methane. Similarly here all fossil fuels are organic compound. And they are hydrocarbon. They are organic compound, also they are hydrocarbon. They contain hydrogen and carbon only. Okay, and here they are non-renewable source of energy. They are source of energy, but they are non-renewable source of energy. They are not replaced after use. Okay, not like solar energy, tide energy. They are non-renewable source of energy. They cannot replace after usage. Okay, next one we have to understand here different type of hydrocarbon. We know hydrocarbon, compound which contain hydrogen and carbon only. These hydrocarbons are different type. See here, this is one type of hydrocarbon. Here it is linear structure. Here we know carbon atomic number 6. First shell 2 electron, second shell 4 electron. Valency of carbon 4 means one carbon atom make 4 bond with the adjacent carbon atom. So look here, this carbon making a single covalent bond with the adjacent carbon atom, and remaining bond a single covalent bond with the hydrogen. And here the structure of this compound like this, each carbon atom bonding like this. This type of hydrocarbons are called straight chain compound. Straight chain compound. See here, this is branched compound. Branched hydrocarbon. Branched hydrocarbon mean here this is straight chain. One of the carbon atom making a branch. One of the carbon atom making a branch. This is like a branch. So this type of hydrocarbon called branched hydrocarbon. Here all carbon atom making a straight chain bond, straight chain compound. Here one of the carbon atom making branch. So this is branched hydrocarbon. We have another type of hydrocarbon. See here, this is cyclic structure. Here each carbon atom making a single covalent bond in a cyclic form. Okay, so here there will be 2 more hydrogen. Okay, each carbon there will be 1 more hydrogen, because we know the valency of carbon is 4. So here look, this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly here this carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. So here each carbon atom making a single covalent bond and they form a ring structure. So this type of compounds are called cyclic compound. Cyclic compound. So remember, always one carbon atom making 4 single covalent bond. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each carbon atom making 4 single covalent bond because the valency of carbon atom 4. So here this is straight chain, here it is branched compound, and here this is cyclic compound. Clear? Okay, next one we have to understand here different type of structure. We learned hydrocarbon, different type of hydrocarbon, chain, branched and cyclic hydrocarbon. Okay. Here this hydrocarbon, they have different type of structure. One hydrocarbon, they have different type of structure. These are the different type of structures. They can represent, one hydrocarbon can be represented in different form. They have structural formula, molecular formula, condensed formula and bond line structure. Bond line structure. Look here, one hydrocarbon, CH3, CH2, CH3. Imagine this is one hydrocarbon, CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay, this is one hydrocarbon. Okay, and here we can do it like this: 3 carbon, and here each carbon atom making bond with hydrogen. Here 3 carbon and each carbon atom making bond with hydrogen. This type of structure is called structural formula. This is structural formula. Next one we have to understand here molecular formula. Molecular formula means, see here we can do the molecular formula of this compound. Here look here, how many carbon here? Here 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon, C3. And how many hydrogen here? Number of hydrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hydrogen. C3H8. C3H8. This is molecular formula. So this type of structure, structural formula, here molecular formula. Next one, we have to understand here condensed formula. Condensed formula means, see here this carbon with 3 hydrogen, CH3. One carbon with 3 hydrogen. Next one here, this carbon with 2 hydrogen, CH2. Again this carbon with 3 hydrogen, CH3, CH2, CH3. This type of structure is called condensed structure, condensed formula. Okay. So here we understood structural formula, molecular formula, condensed formula. Clear? Next one we have to understand, last one here, bond line structure. Bond line structure means, look here, how many carbon here? 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon. So you can do like this, bond line structure. Bond line structure here this represent 1 carbon, 2nd carbon, 3rd carbon. Okay, no need to show here hydrogen. This is bond line structure. This is bond line structure. It's showing how many carbon? 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon. Clear? I will give you another example here. See here another example, CH2 double bond CH, this is one compound, this is one compound. Look here, this carbon making double bond here. I told you before, one carbon make 4 covalent bond. One carbon atom make 4 covalent bond. Okay, so imagine there is 3 carbon. There is 3 carbon. Between 2 carbon there is double bond. So 2 valency completed. One carbon atom make how many bond? 4 bond. 3 carbon, between 2 carbon there is double bond. So how many valency completed for this carbon? 1, 2, 2 valency completed. How many valency remaining? 2 valency remaining. Clear? Similarly, look here in the middle carbon, how many bond over here? 1, 2, 3. 3 valency completed. Out of 4, 3 valency completed. How many valency left? 1. You can make it up or down, anywhere you can make it. So including this 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 valency. What about third carbon? How many valency completed? Here only single bond, 1 valency completed. So how many valency left? 3 valency left. 1, 2, 3. Clear? I will give you another example. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine in the middle these 2 carbon making double bond. So how many hydrogen you have to put over here? Here only 1 bond. Out of 4, only 1 valency completed. How many valency left? 3. 3 bond left. 3. What about this carbon? What about this carbon? 1, 2, 3. Double bond considered. Double bond considered 2 bond. 2 valency. Okay. So here 2 including this 1, 2, 3. 3 valency completed. 1, 2, 3. 3 valency completed for this carbon. So how many hydrogen will be there? 1 hydrogen. Also here similarly 1, 2, 3. 1 hydrogen. What about the last carbon? Only 1 valency completed. How many valency left? 3 valency left. 1, 2, 3. So we can put all this hydrogen. This way we can make hydrocarbon. Clear? Look here, we are studying here different type of structure. So this is structural formula. This is structural formula. Clear? So we can make its molecular formula. Here, look here, how many carbon here? How many carbon? 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon. Okay, and look over here, how many hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hydrogen. This is molecular formula. This is molecular formula. Next one, condensed formula. Condensed formula you can make it like this: CH2. CH2. Okay. After that, double bond. Here double bond. Then CH2 double bond CH. Okay. Single bond, no need to mention here. No need to mention single bond. You just write CH3. This is condensed formula. CH2 double bond CH3. This is condensed formula. Clear? Next one, bond line structure. Bond line structure. I told you before, the previous case also 3 carbon. 3 carbon. So you can make 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon. Okay. But between first and second, 1, 2, 3. Between first and second carbon, there is double bond. So you can make it like this. This is bond line structure. Bond line structure. Clear? Imagine one compound which contain 4 carbon. One compound which contain 4 carbon. So how can you show its bond line structure? You can do it like this: 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon with hydrogen. Okay. Here, these are the bond line structure, and here no need to show hydrogen. See here another one. Imagine between these 2 carbon there is double bond. CH3, CH double bond CH3. Imagine one compound here 4 carbon between 1, 2, 3, 4. Between second and third carbon there is double bond. So how can you draw its bond line structure? Here this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, between 2 and 3 there is double bond. Just do it like this. So you can do bond line structure accordingly. So here we learned different type of structure: structural formula, molecular formula, condensed formula, and bond line structure. In bond line structure only we will show this type of lines, and we will not draw hydrogen. We had to show double bond, position of double bond. Okay. And here each point, each bending, it's showing carbon atom. Clear? Okay, next one we have to discuss here refining of petroleum. We already discussed fossil fuels, crude oil or petroleum. It is fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. Okay, so here petroleum or crude oil, it is hydrocarbon. It is mixture of different type of fuels. It is mixture of different type of fuels. Okay, so there are different type of fractions. There are different fractions in crude oil. It is mixture of different type of fuels. This crude oil or each components of crude oil can be separated by fractional distillation. Different fractions of crude oil, they have different type of different melting and boiling point. Different fractions of crude oil, they have different melting and boiling point. So we can use fractional distillation to separate each component. We can use fractional distillation to separate each component. Okay, and see here crude oil, it is liquid state. After strong heating it will change to vapor. Okay, crude oil in vapor phase. Okay, and this hot vapor we will pass through hot aluminum silicate. Here crude oil, it is liquid state. After strong heating it will change to vapor. Okay, crude oil in vapor state or gaseous state. This vapor crude oil passing through aluminum silicate, hot aluminum silicate. Here aluminum silicate act as a catalyst. It acts as a catalyst, and this aluminum silicate helps to separate each components of crude oil. It helps to separate each components of crude oil. Okay. Finally, we will obtain different components. We will obtain each components separately. Okay. So here we have to understand which technique using to separate each components of crude oil. Fractional distillation. Fractional distillation using, because each components of crude oil, they have different melting and boiling point. That's why we will use here fractional distillation. Also we discuss here petroleum or crude oil. This is hydrocarbon and this is mixture of fuels. Okay. We discussed here crude oil is a mixture of fuel. It is a mixture of fuel. So here we have to understand each components, each fractions of crude oil. Different fractions of crude oil. These are the different fractions of crude oil. You can remember like this: PGNKDFLB. PGNKDFLB. Here each letters represent. P represent petroleum gas, G represent gasoline, N naphtha, kerosene or paraffin, diesel, fuel oil, lubricant, bitumen. Okay, so here P, G and K, D, F, L, B, each one representing petroleum gas, gasoline, naphtha, kerosene, diesel, kerosene or paraffin, diesel, fuel oil, lubricant, bitumen. Okay, and here petroleum gas used for cooking and gasoline used in car. It used as fuel in car. Naphtha used to make chemicals. Kerosene or paraffin used as jet fuels. Okay, aeroplane or jet fuels. Okay, diesel used as fuel in big trucks. Okay, and fuel oil used as fuel in ship. Okay, and lubricants used to make wax. Bitumen used for the construction of road. So here naphtha, lubricants, bitumen not using as fuel. Okay, here petroleum gas, it is gaseous state. Petroleum gas, it is gaseous state. And also it is called liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. And the major chemical content of petroleum gas is butane. We learned before the major chemical content of natural gas, methane. Here petroleum gas, the major chemical content of petroleum gas, butane. Okay. And here butane, we will study its structure. Next video we will study its structure. Now you remember butane mean this is butane. Clear? And here you have to remember which fractions of crude oil it is liquid state and used as fuel. Here gasoline, kerosene, diesel, fuel oil, they are gaseous state and they used as fuel. And which substance not used as fuel? Bitumen, lubricant, gasoline, naphtha, these are not used as fuel. And which fraction is gaseous state and used as fuel? Petroleum gas, it is gaseous state and used as fuel. Petroleum gas also called liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, major chemical content butane. Clear? Next one we have to understand here, when you moving from top to down, molecular mass of the substance, molecular mass of fraction increases. So which fraction has higher molecular mass? Here bitumen has higher molecular mass. The fraction with a high molecular mass, it will separate last. During fractional distillation, which fraction will separate first? petroleum gas will separate first because it has less molecular mass. Also it has less melting and boiling point. When you moving from petroleum gas to bitumen, melting and boiling point also melting and boiling point increases. Melting and boiling point increases. Molecular mass also increases. Here bitumen showing higher molecular mass, also higher melting and boiling point, and it will separate last during the fractional distillation of crude oil. Similarly here which one separate first? Petroleum gas, it has very less molecular mass and it has less melting and boiling point. It will separate first. Okay, so this is the order of separation. This is the order of melting and boiling point of different fractions of crude oil. Clear? Okay, next one we have to understand here cracking. During fractional distillation of crude oil, long chain hydrocarbon break into simpler hydrocarbon. This process is called cracking. During fractional distillation of crude oil, long chain hydrocarbon break into simpler hydrocarbon. This process is called cracking. Okay, condition for cracking. There are two conditions for cracking: very high temperature and catalyst. There must be catalyst, alumina, or you can say aluminum oxide, and silica. Alumina and silica, this will be catalyst. They act as catalyst. Also we have to give very high temperature. At this condition cracking happen. Cracking means breaking of long chain hydrocarbon, breaking to simpler hydrocarbon. This process is called cracking. Okay. And here we have to understand, see here I told you alumina, Al2O3, and silica means silicon oxide, SiO2, they are act as catalyst. Okay, and here we have to give very high temperature for cracking. And here we have, you can see in this figure, here this is the cracking in laboratory. Here in this test tube there is oil with hydrocarbon, one compound, it is hydrocarbon, it is oil. Okay, and here it is heating very strongly in presence of alumina, and here this hydrocarbon breaking to simpler substance, simpler hydrocarbon, long chain hydrocarbon breaking to simpler hydrocarbon. Okay, here you can see this product, this oil with a high molecular mass, high melting and boiling point. Okay, after strong heating it produces simpler hydrocarbon. They are flammable. Here this oil is very less flammable. After cracking it produces different product. They are highly flammable and they have very less molecular mass, less melting and boiling point. So here this indicate cracking. Okay, so here this indicate cracking. Here in this test tube it is hydrocarbon, it is oil with high molecular mass, less flammable and high melting and boiling point. They shows high melting and boiling point. After cracking it forms simpler hydrocarbon. It is highly flammable, less melting and boiling point, less molecular mass. Clear? Okay, next one we have to discuss here why cracking is very important. Here we can say after cracking it produces alkene. We know cracking means long chain hydrocarbon, it produces simpler hydrocarbon. Alkane will change to alkene. Alkenes are highly reactive. Alkenes are generally highly reactive and it will react with many different type of substance, and it helps to produce different type of products such as plastic. Okay, that's why cracking is very important in our daily life. Clear? Next one we have to discuss here some example for cracking. So to discuss example for cracking, we have to understand here, after cracking, long chain alkanes change to simpler hydrocarbon. Alkane change to alkene. So cracking means just breaking, irregular breaking. There is no definitive formula for cracking. It is irregular breaking. Okay, so here alkene change to alkene and hydrogen. This is one possible cracking. Alkane change to alkene and hydrogen. And another one alkane change to alkene and alkane. One possibility, alkane change to alkene. This is alkene and hydrogen. Another possibility, alkane change to one alkane and one alkene. One long chain alkane change to small alkane and small alkene. These are the possibility for cracking. Okay. Also, you remember we discussed before alkane general formula CnH2n plus 2, alkene general formula CnH2n. This is the general formula for alkane and alkene. Now we have to discuss here some example for cracking. Look here. Imagine C10H22. After cracking, it produces two different products. Okay, the question asking you complete the cracking product over here. So you can write here. One alkane and one alkene. You can write here one alkane and one alkene. Clear? So look here, how many carbon and hydrogen? 10 carbon, 22 hydrogen. So you know both sides there is carbon and hydrogen. Here 10 carbon. So you can make it 5 carbon here, 5 carbon over here. One is alkane and another one alkene. So it is alkane. So general formula CnH2n plus 2, number of hydrogen 2n plus 2, 2 times 5, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. So here C5H12, and this is alkene. Here 5 carbon. So how many hydrogen? 2 times 5, 10 hydrogen. So this is the product of cracking product. Okay, see here another question. Another example, C20H42. C20H42. Here one of the product already given, hydrogen. We know here alkane, after cracking one possibility, alkene and hydrogen. Okay, so one product already given here, hydrogen. So what will be here? We know here carbon and hydrogen. Here no carbon, so complete carbon coming over here. You understand? This after cracking, imagine only two product, this product and here hydrogen. So we know here 20 hydrogen, 42, 20 carbon, 42 hydrogen. So here no carbon over here, so complete carbon here, 20 carbon over here, 42 hydrogen. See here, how many hydrogen here? 42 hydrogen. How many hydrogen here? 2. So 42 minus 2. We have total 42 hydrogen. 2 hydrogen over here. So how many hydrogen left? 40 hydrogen left. So this is the product over here. Last example, see here, C30H62. This is alkane. This is alkane. C30H62. The question asking you complete these two product. Complete these two product. Okay, so how can you complete it? You just write here carbon hydrogen, carbon hydrogen. One you have to write here alkane, another one you have to write here alkene. Alkane and alkene. Okay, here you have 30 carbon. You have 30 carbon. Okay, so this 30 you know this 30 you can write 20 plus 10 or 15 plus 15. Okay, or 23 plus 7. You can write it anyway. So cracking, I told you in the beginning, there is no definitive formula for cracking. It is just irregular breaking. Okay, so here 30 you can write anyway. So here 20 carbon, 10 hydrogen. Or you can write here 15 carbon, 15 carbon. Anyway you can write it. Number of hydrogen you have to write based on this number. Alkane, general formula CnH2n plus 2. Here 20 carbon. So number of hydrogen 2n plus 2. 2 times 20, 40. 40 plus 2, 42. Similarly here this is alkene. General formula for alkene 2n. Here n is 10. Hydrogen will be 2 times 10. It will be 20. Clear? So this is example for cracking, and also we discussed here why cracking is very important. After cracking it produce alkene. This alkene is highly reactive. It will react with many substance and we can produce different type of product. We can produce plastic, polymers. Okay, so that's why cracking is very important. So these are the things we have to discuss in this video. You can just review the video once again. So thank you for watching these classes. Okay, and the rest of the things we will discuss next.